Where are investors buying in Perth under 400,000? So with the recent lending changes, we have found that there is a group of investors that are looking particularly under 400,000 in Perth to buy, and you can still get a house on a good size block. So the popular suburbs with my clients currently are Callista, Seville Grove, Rockingham, the actual suburb Rockingham, and Coolingap and Parmelia. So they are the, hopefully five, I rattled off five popular suburbs for investors interstate buying in Perth under the 400,000 mark. Now, most of the homes, or a lot of the homes in these areas, are on the market anywhere between 330,000 to 400,000. Personally, I wouldn't actually spend much more than that in these suburbs. I would keep them as the lower budgets. Even if your budget does allow you to spend more, I would keep it quite low, purely because the affordability for renters in this area does stay at the lower end, between $350 and say $420 per week. Like, that's the ideal price that tenants want to pay in these areas. So keep your budget low in those suburbs, but rental returns, what they currently look like, we have seen some poor quality properties being sold or being put on the market for around 340,000. We find that these ones only have a rent return of around $360 to $370 per week. But when you're looking in these areas with a property maybe around the 390,000 point, then you will find that these should have a rent return of around $400 to $420 per week. My last thing that I just want to mention is that there are some agents in this area that do advertise their properties really, really low. So quite often I can get investors call me and say, oh my gosh, there's a bargain, I've got to get it. It's only on for $310,000. But what happens is, this is a marketing tactic that selling agents do use to really get a lot of interest in the property and gauge what the market's prepared to pay. So when these properties are on quite low, and if you think it's too good to be true, generally it is, and you will find that they will probably sell for 7, 10, 15% over their asking price as well. So just be mindful of that. But with these suburbs, it's really important that you do get someone to check them for you. So whether you engage myself, someone from propertyprofiling.com, or a property manager that you already have a relationship with, I definitely would recommend that you get them through the properties, just because we are looking at a lower budget, at a lower quality property. So you do really just want to double check that everything is okay and that there's not going to be any unnecessary expenses at settlement.